Hello everyone, my name is Aiden and I am the founder of expansively.com, and we are a lead generation agency that helps B2B coaches, consultants, and agency owners set up a cold outreach system using cold email, LinkedIn, Facebook, just an omni-channel outreach system to book 100 appointments on their sales calendar in 60 days. So in today's video, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to use Spyfu to find leads for your guys' B2B Google Ads agency, right? So Spyfu, pretty much what it is here is it's a tool, right? It's an SEO tool, and pretty much what it does is it will go ahead and scrape websites and find out information about them, right? So information includes things like how many visitors they're getting, what keywords they're ranking for, and more importantly, how much you're spending on Google Ads, right? So for a Google Ads agency, right, obviously you're going to really want to find out people who are spending a lot on ads, right? Because if they're spending a lot on ads, either A, they're losing a lot of money, or B, they're really well off. Or if they're just testing out Google Ads, maybe they're not doing it right and making it profitable enough. So Spyfu, pretty much what it allows you to do is go ahead and find businesses and see exactly how much they're spending, right? So the first step obviously is finding out what your niche is. So choosing a niche. The reason why you want to do this obviously is you'll be able to speak to your audience better when you are doing the cold outreach. So for example, when you're doing healthcare, you could talk about you can talk to companies like hospitals. Hey, we're targeting hospitals, right? Or hey, we're targeting medical practices out in California or whatever the hell, right? Or another niche would be like e-commerce or legal services, so law firms. So yeah, you want to niche down so you could be able to, like I said, target your audience's pain points, needs, and interests to determine what's the best niche for your agency to kind of deal with, right? Because you want to be able to speak to your customers, which is these businesses. So then with Spyfu, so one of the ways you could scrape leads with it is using SEO. So using Spyfu's SEO research tool, you can use it to find potential leads by searching by keywords and then analyzing the top ranking websites. So for example, if I wanted to go ahead and search dental marketing, right? Or let's just say dental clinics. So what you'll be able to see is people who are bidding on these keywords, right? So you'll be able to just see, right? You'll be able to see how much they're spending monthly, right? On paying to get ranked by Google using their Google Ad system, right? So let's say dental clinics in California or Los Angeles. It's a little bit more niche specific, right? If you go ahead and search it, you'll be able to pull up, right? You see a list of clinics that are bidding and using Google Ads, right? So all of these people are really warm leads because if you're running a Google Ads agency, you want to be working with people who have the capacity to at least understand what the return will be with Google Ads, right? Now, if someone is struggling with Google Ads and you come in and say, hey, I'm a Google Ads agency, I could come fix up your your dental clinic or your dental practice's ad campaign and make it profitable, get whatever ROI, then these are the perfect people to reach out to, because these people are already spending money on Google Ads, so they know what Google Ads can do for them, but they may not necessarily be doing it right or in a way that's optimized to best bring results for their business. So so you could scrape by SEO. So another way here, SEO research. So this would be for if you wanted to plug in a company. So let's go back to the keyword research. So let's say most successful advertisers. So let's say we wanted to pull up a dental clinic's website, right? So Dr. Dan's Pediatric, okay, that one doesn't really, Santa Barbara Family Dentistry, right? So we could go ahead and check what SEO words that they're ranking for, right? And if you're an SEO agency, right, you could go ahead and just go through here and look and see, right, like what keywords are they ranking for, what keywords can they rank for, and what keywords their competitors are ranking for. So you could go ahead and see you know, like what their competitors are and reach out to them as well. So that's how you get more leads as well. You have a ton of organic competitors, right, who are ranking for similar keywords. So yeah, these are all leads you could go ahead and reach out to. So that's how you do it with SEO. I kind of showed you how you do it with AdWords, right? So you search a keyword, and then same thing with the SEO research. You could do with the PPC research. You would just go ahead and find other like dental practices. They're bidding on the same keywords that Santa Barbara Family Dentistry is bidding on as well. So yeah, so let's use another example. Let's say you want to take on law firms, right? Law firms in let's say law firms in Los Angeles, or injury lawyer in Los Angeles. Right? So let's say you were your Google Ads agency for injury lawyers in Los Angeles, right? You get a whole bunch of keywords to go on Google and search for companies, right? And then you could go ahead and see who's bidding on these keywords, who's already spending money on Google Ads, to try to get clients. So as you can see, Los Angeles product liability firm, they're spending a crap ton of money, like $1 million a year, literally. And then you can see all these other people spending a good amount of money, and just go ahead and go and look at their website, right? Just go ahead and look like top, like I'm not sure if you could like optimize this any further because I'm not a Google Ads expert, but like let's say this was an optimize, you have all of this information right here, right? So you could get these companies and then reach out to them, right? So which is the next step. Obviously now that you have all this information, you could you find like what keywords they're ranking for. You could see, so if you're an SEO agency, you could see what companies need more SEO help. If you're a Google Ads agency, you could see companies that are using a lot of money, and you can see exactly which keywords they're bidding on, right? So if they're spending a lot of money on AdWords, typically that's an indication like they might need help optimizing their campaigns, and that's where your agency comes in, right? So and then finally, you're going to want to go ahead and scrape domains by keywords. So the final one is just the list builder here, leads, and then you could just literally just search domains, and you just get a full list of domains that just kind of like fit the lead. So that one is just kind of basic. It's pretty much Google. So yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. So yeah, from watching this video, you should be able to now go ahead and find leads for your Google Ads agency using Spyfu, right? Like, which is a really powerful tool. It's only $40 a month, maybe $50 a month, if I remember correctly. It's not an expensive product. Oh, it's only $9 a month for me because I got it with like a ClickSeize deal, which is also another product that if you're running a Google Ads agency, you probably want to have, right? But yeah, so it's not an expensive product. You should be able to find websites of businesses that are using a lot of money on Google Ads, right? You should be able to find exactly what keywords that they're bidding on, right? So you could tell them like, hey, I specialize in helping dental practices, and I see that you're bidding on Invisalign as one of the keywords, and you shouldn't bid on Invisalign because such and such, because it's super popular. A lot of people are just curious, whatever, right? So yeah, you'll get to see exactly the keywords that they're spending money on and not spending money on. So yeah, and then this is obviously a super powerful tool for lead generation because you get a ton of buyer data, so exactly who to target, and you could use this data like, hey, I know exactly how much money you're spending on Google Ads, right? Like people will be like, oh damn, so you really know what's up with Google Ads because you clearly know how to navigate everything. So but yeah, if any of you guys are interested, like I said earlier in the video, I'm Aiden. I'm the founder of expansively.com, and what we do is we help B2B agencies, consultants, and coaches build an outreach system so that they could book 100 appointments in the next 60 days for their sales calendar, right? So if you're interested, go ahead and go right here, expansively.com, and we'll give you guys a free demo call and Right now, for people who get on a call with us, we're also offering 150 free, targeted niche leads for your business, right? So if you are an agency, or if let's say you're a business coach, right, and you target personal trainers, we'll go ahead and scrape together a list of gym owners for you, and go ahead and forward them to you. So this is going to be a list from Instagram, just emails, phone numbers, a whole bunch. So yeah, if you're interested, go ahead and book a call here. But if you found this video helpful or valuable in any way, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. Go ahead and join my Facebook group down below in the description, where I'm going to be sharing even more value. And yeah, until next time, thank you guys for watching.